in a sense, is perfectly reasonable to expect basic courtesy from people, that they'll be polite, that they have nice ideas about us or about where we're from. But as we find through our experience, it's not always realistic. And when we make our expectations more realistic, we can find greater inner peace. Let's talk about it.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers. Let's talk about this idea. Go ahead and be angry. I was thinking about a conversation I was having with my friend from Colombia. Hello to my friends from Colombia. And she was talking to me about this thing, which a lot of Colombians have this problem or like this hang up. And it's because so many people in the world have this conception of Colombia that it's a place where there are drugs and beautiful women, plastic surgery, even a lot of sex workers. There's the conception that a lot of people have, like sex tourism and drug tourism. A lot of people have those ideas about Colombia. Pablo Escobar, you know the kind of thing I'm talking about. Of course, Colombia is a beautiful country with many natural beauty, like El Peñol in Guatapé, and the River of Seven Colors, and there's all these beautiful waterfalls and mountains and so many things, and cultural aspects, the culinary offerings of the country. Now, of course, when you don't have personal experience of a country, things are going to be reduced just to a rumor or just to a stereotype. And that's what happens. My friend was getting angry, as Colombians often do, saying, how could they think that about our country? People are just so ignorant. And it's kind of true. People are ignorant. And I said to her, well, go ahead. Go ahead and be angry about this. And I'm kind of teasing her because she has that control. She can decide in some sense not to be angry about this, or she knows that people have this stereotype. She knows in advance. So why is she getting angry about it? And I said, go ahead and be angry about it, because you know these things in advance, and you're still deciding to get bothered by it. Now, I think it's important to make this distinction about what is reasonable and what people should do and what people actually do, or what is realistic. So, for example, if you work in an office and your colleague comes in 20 minutes late every day, and that causes a disturbance for the rest of us, now, maybe you get angry every time that happens. Now, is it reasonable to expect that somebody will turn up on time to their job? I'd say yes, it's reasonable. I also say they should do that. But if we have that as a belief, that people should or must do things outside of our control should or must happen, what almost inevitably happens as a result, it happens, of course, because occasionally that sort of thing is going to happen, and then we get angry about it because we have this thwarted expectation. So what's really realistic? It's actually realistic to expect that people will come in late to their job, or that they'll occasionally misunderstand the requirements of a project or their assignment or something similar. These things happen all the time. It's perfectly realistic to expect that is what actually is going to happen occasionally. Likewise, with my friends in Colombia, it's realistic to anticipate that people are going to have these preconceptions about what is really a beautiful country. And even sometimes it goes beyond that. It's a bit extreme. Colombians are definitely sensitive about this issue. Sometimes they are so wired up about it that they actually, in some sense, they spread the stereotype. So, like when there was a cartoonist and he was just going around Colombia exploring, and he drew these cartoons or these pictures, and they're kind of like stereotypes or caricatures of different types of women that he saw in Bogota and Medellin and other parts of Colombia and Cali and what have you. And people would comment on his pictures. Basically, he's just trying to document what he saw and trying to make a record of his experience and express himself. And it's not like these pictures are offensive or they're trying to take people down or something like that. He's just trying to be creative. But people would comment on it and say, you're just like the rest of them. You're one of these sex tourists. All you do is come to Colombia and look at the beautiful women and do drugs. That wasn't really the case at all. So it's like sometimes, actually, when we have such strong beliefs or so strong expectations, we actually cause the opposite. Like we're so worried that people will do this thing, we actually cause people to have that perception that we didn't want them to have. Anyway, the point is, what is realistic? We have an expectation, and something comes up, and something is contrary to our expectations, and we feel frustrated or angry or upset. We can ask this question: what is realistic? It's not realistic for somebody to be perfect all the time, to comply with our expectations all the time, or even with their obligations all the time. It is realistic to expect that things will not go according to our expectations. So people have different ways of moving through the world, and we can account for that, and as a result, be more peaceful. So why go ahead and be angry when you can enjoy your personal peace? Thank you for paying attention and noticing your own expectations and noticing when they are thwarted and when you actually become angry and when you have an opportunity for greater peace. And most importantly, have a wonderful day.
A beautiful thought.
Thanks for joining us. So you can check out, if you go on the website, beautifulpodcast.com, of course, you can find a bunch of the episodes, ways to subscribe. You can also find the Telegram group to join us to converse about these ideas and hopefully grow as a spiritual community in some sense. And have a wonderful day.